Satchel from Steel Panther. You're listening to Metal Stream Radio with Metal Matt, and he is totally naked from the waist down.
You would catch sleep wherever you could, you know, if on a bench in a park or a airport or a taxi going to the airport, you would just, you just get, cat naps wherever you could.
Hello and welcome to the second hour of the Metal Matt Show here on Metal Stream Radio, and we got a great hour. We got lots more heavy metal, got lots more heavy metal stories, and yeah, this is the place you want to be every week. If you love your rock and metal, we're here to just celebrate that, talk about it, tell you the latest in the metal news. And I thought I'd start off with a great song off the Alice Cooper Dragontown album. It's a little song called It's Much Too Late, and I remember blasting this song so much as a teenager. I love this track, and it's just got such a great melody, great funny kind of lyrics. Alice is known for those kind of twisted lyrics, and overall the album's fantastic, and it's got a lot of really heavy songs, and this one's kind of a not so heavy song, I guess, but a great song, and it's got that kind of Alice edge on it. You'll know what I mean. So here we go. This is It's Much Too Late.
Child of my wife, I never looked at pornography. I swear it on my holy Saint Mother's life, but somehow she's down here with me. The road to hell is littered with nice guys with good intentions, but once you're there, it's much too late. I can cry and scream, it's just not fair to leave me here like you don't care. There must be some mistake up there in heaven. Now it's much too late, my time has passed away. All my plans and dreams have all ended. Now it's much too late to try and plead my case, and I don't know the God I've offended. it's much too late. My time has passed away. All my plans and dreams have all ended. Now it's much too late to try and plead my case, and I don't know the God I've offended. It's too late, much too late. My time has passed away. All my plans and dreams have all ended. Now it's much too late to try and plead my case, and I don't know the God I've offended. It's too late. It's much too late.
There we have, what an awesome song. It's Much Too Late. Love that stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a great hour because I've got some songs that I love and I know you guys are going to love. And yeah, it's a really great mixture that I'm going to be playing for you guys. So yeah, what have I got to tell you? Anything new going on? I mean, I released a song recently called You Know That I'm Here. And it's an old song of mine. It was kind of a throwback to when I first started making music, and I'd play this song at all the open mic nights around Bristol, and it became quite a staple song. People liked it a lot. People used to always wait for that song and kind of react to it well, yeah, it was a song that was quite important to me, because you know, starting out, you kind of wait to have a song, you know, that people like, and you know, that kind of thing. And this was kind of the song, so I thought I'll re-record it out here in Mexico. And I got my friend out here who actually come across me via YouTube. You know, he's a singer, and he saw that I sing all this stuff. And yeah, we met up, and he's in a band called Steel Sentinel, great heavy metal band, classic heavy metal, you know, keeping the sound alive. And I sang with them at one of their shows. They got me up to sing a couple of songs, and I got him to do some backing vocals on my song. His name's Alex Viveros, and yeah, he's got a great voice, and it was a great song to kind of get him on, because it's quite a raw song, I guess. It's just acoustic, and you know, I had a crappy old acoustic guitar here. I did have the choice of using my flamenco, or Alex had a guitar which was it's kind of just a normal kind of steel string guitar, which I thought was the one I'd end up using, but the producer ended up saying it's probably better to use my one, which only had 5 strings on it, and it was kind of one of these, you know, cheap kind of flamenco-y guitars, but it still had a kind of okay sound to it, you know, and I kind of like keeping things raw. I mean, that's what that song was all about, you know, just, it was about the song and just hammering it out on an acoustic. I played it around all the open mic nights, and yeah, it was kind of fun to get in the studio, record it properly. Really good producer, he did a great job, and you know, yeah, if you haven't heard that yet, it's called You Know That I'm Here. It's out on all the platforms, and it's you know, got a music video on YouTube with me and Alex. You'll be able to see Alex and see, you know, what he did on the song, and yeah, it was great, a great collaboration. I'm really glad I did it, and it's kind of gave the song a new life. You know, it was an old song, but kind of brought to life again, you know, and great to get in the studio and do it. You know, I don't get that much opportunity to go in the studio, so you know, it was good fun. I did a song, Changes in You, a few years back, which I did in the studio in England, in Bristol, which Dom Jolly was in the music video for. Dom Jolly, British comedian, you may know him. Yeah, he's great. He was in the music video, so that was kind of another studio thing I did. I do a lot of songs virtually, where I record stuff at home, and I got people in other countries who have reached out to me over the years, who I continue to collaborate with, and you know, they make a nice piece of music for me. Sometimes I'll tell them what kind of thing I want, and you know, I'll write the lyrics and record the vocals, and we kind of do it all virtually from home kind of thing. So a lot of my songs are done like that. You know, but it's always fun to get in the studio, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to go in and do it live. It was all live, which is a bit different way to do it, but yeah, it's the only way I could really play that song, because I'd only played it live, and it's yeah, it was just the easiest way to do it and kind of do it properly. So yeah, I played it live a few times. We went with the last take that I did, and then Alex laid down some harmonies and some backing vocal stuff on the chorus, and yeah, it was great. It was very spontaneous, very quick. We kind of just did it, and sometimes that's the best collaborations. And yeah, I've had some great feedback, and people seem to be really enjoying it, which is great. And like I say, seeing as the song was kind of so popular back about 9 years ago when I first did it, and people always liked it. I thought, well, it's a good song to bring back to life, and I'm not too into doing acoustic stuff much these days, because I started out doing that and I kind of wanted to progress into doing heavier stuff and working with people who can compose heavy music. But it's kind of nice just to play guitar for a change and do something that's kind of all me, I guess, is all my songwriting, me playing the instrument, which is kind of nice. That was kind of nice just to go back to my roots somewhat and just do it, and it's kind of a heavy song. It's acoustic, but it's kind of got some good power chords in there, and it's it's a heavy kind of acoustic song. So yeah, enjoy that, guys. That's something I've been doing lately. I'm just looking at the metal news to see what else is going on now. Mickey D, obviously he's a great drummer. He's played with King Diamond and Motorhead. It says Mickey D announces European tour performing classic Motorhead hits. So get a ticket for that. That sounds great. I'm seeing the Hollywood Vampires actually in Cardiff. Even though I'm all the way in Mexico, I'm going to England again. I'm going to see the Hollywood Vampires, which consists of Alice Cooper, Joe Perry of Aerosmith, Johnny Depp, I think Tommy Henriksen from the Alice Cooper band. He's in that band as well. And there's probably some other people playing instruments, maybe piano, keys or whatever. I don't know the full lineup, but they're the main guys, Hollywood Vampires, obviously, the name speaks for itself. I'm sure you know them by now. But yeah, this kind of like a super group, which I wasn't a fan of at first, the idea of it. I'd rather see Alice just doing his own thing. I don't really like selling tickets on the back of it being Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. It's kind of too easy. But I've kind of opened my mind to it, and they're playing at Cardiff Castle, and it's kind of fun. The Vampires are playing at the castle, and it's going to be, playing some kind of cool songs. And, I thought, yeah, it'd be fun. I'd take my wife. She hasn't really been to many rock shows like that, so it's going to be, a proper thing for her. I'm kind of doing it for the wife more than anything, to give her a fun day out. But obviously I love Alice, so, any opportunity to see Alice Cooper in the flesh, I'm always going to do it. He was my first concert back in 2011. I was a kid, I was like 13 or something, and I was front row, and I remember Alice coming up, and he looks you right in the eyes. If you're front row, it's such a personal show for you. He come right up, kind of just staring at you in the eyes, and it's like, oh, that's crazy. That's my hero though, right? I've listened to all my life, and he's there looking at me in the eyes, are really intense. He really personalises that front row or front couple of rows, because I saw him after in Swansea quite a long time later, more recent years, because his assistant put me on the guest list, which was very nice. It was a sold out show, and I went to Swansea just on the off chance I could still get a ticket, and I messaged his assistant, and he put me on the guest list, which was very nice of him. And I tried to bring a homeless guy along because I had a +1. And nobody would come. It was very last minute, and nobody could come to the show. And I thought, well, someone's helped me out. I'll try and bring a homeless guy along, because I didn't plan to necessarily do it with a homeless guy, but I saw this homeless guy, and he was singing "School's Out." I don't know why, but I heard him there going "School's Out for summer" or something like that. And I said, "Oh, you want to come to the gig, man? I got a ticket, And he was like, "Yeah." We went to wait outside the venue, and for some reason it was taking ages to get inside the venue, and it was just so unorganized. And the homeless guy kind of, I don't know, he just left. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, man," I think he felt like they didn't want to let him in, which annoyed me, because if the people were a bit more, professional, and they just got us through the doors, it would have been okay. He would have had a great time. We were up in the balcony, and I would have loved to give this homeless guy, the opportunity to see Alice and have a night out. And I thought, it's my chance to give back a bit, seeing as I got a free ticket. But we walked there, and we had a chat, and he had a laugh. We had a nice time, at least walking to the venue. But then he just couldn't be bothered waiting for them, which I can't blame him. I think, like I say, I think he took it personally, like they're going to be asking what he's doing, or just because he's homeless, because he looked homeless. It seemed, I think, I don't know, you could just feel the vibration of the people, that they weren't going to just be smooth sailing getting in the venue by the seams of it, which it shouldn't have been. It should have been fine. It should have been really easy for him to just come in with me as my +1. But like I said, it was just unorganised, and it took me ages to get in the venue myself, because there was different queues, and they were saying, "Oh, wait here, wait there," and it's just a mess. And I still gutted that he didn't get to come, but I did see him after, and I said, "Oh yeah, I did get in the end," because also I think he might have thought I was lying as well about having a ticket to get in the venue, because it seemed no matter what I was doing, they wouldn't sort of letting us in. But it wasn't for any particular reason. I think it was just bad organisation. They were sort of all over the place, and I think either he thought, "Oh, this is bull," he's not gonna be able to get in the show, or maybe he thought he might have thought I was the people there didn't want him in or something. I don't know, or he just couldn't be bothered waiting around. I don't know. I don't know why he just left, but I kind of do as well. It's because it was taking so long. But I don't know what he was thinking exactly, But it's a shame, because I didn't want him to feel, left out. I wanted him to come to the show. But anyway, aside from that, he was happy. Though when I saw him after the show, I said, "All right, man," and he was okay. He was happy. He was happy I got in the show, and it all worked out, But I wish he could have come and enjoyed it. But what I was getting to, I was up in the balcony, and it wasn't as good being in the balcony, as much as I was so happy to be able to go to the Alice Cooper show, compared to my other experience of being front row. And also Cardiff, I saw him, and I was kind of front row. It was a seated gig, but I walked down, and they just let me kind of stand near the stage, which was kind of good. The security wasn't too bad that day. I was a kid still then, and I guess they didn't mind. I even had my camera, and I was taking pictures of them. I was the only guy kind of stood by the stage, taking a few pictures and stuff, and just enjoying the show. And nobody sort of said anything, which was nice. But that was Cardiff, so I had Bristol first. That's my first concert. Then Cardiff a few years later. Then Swansea, where I'm up in the balcony, more recent years. And like I said, it was still a great show, but nothing like being front row, where he really personalises you. It felt more like a theatre show watching Alice from the balcony. I think you got to be front row for Alice, in my opinion. It's, if you can, you got to do it, But I think at this vampire thing, they've got all this ticket stuff where you got to pay more if you want to be front row, which I don't agree with. I think it's, I remember talking with another fan once, and they said, it's a joke, the real fans don't even get to be front row anymore. It used to be just you queue, and you front row if you're dedicated enough to queue all day to get front row, but now it's just the more money you got, the more you pay your front row. And I do feel a lot of these artists are just coining in on the fans, which I don't appreciate much. But at the same time, they all do it. They've all got to do it, I guess. And it is what it is. But it's just great. These bands are still touring. Here's another thing. Top tracks of the week here on one of the metal sites. Venom, of course. That's a great new song. Black Braid, Nervosa, and more among Metal Injection's top tracks of the week. So they've got their top tracks of the week. I agree. Venom are killing it. I'm just on a random metal news site just to see what's going on for you guys. We've got Dave Mustaine wants to be an actor in a post-Megadeth world. Well, that's interesting. I don't really know what he quite means by that, but it's something to look into. Deftones guitarist Stephen Carpenter opens up about type 2 diabetes struggles during the last album. God, well, that sounds a rough time. And despite the rumours, Hole is not reuniting. I don't know who Hole are, but I'm sure a lot of you are going to be disappointed to hear that news. Igor's new album, Amen, is an unpredictable beast. There we go. We've got Seven Dust drop Unbreakable video ahead of 15th album. Come on, that's good. That's a lot of albums. Portrayal of Guilt unveil 4th album, Beginning of the End, with singles Ecstasy and Human Terror. Beginning of the End, bit of reference to Ozzy Osbourne's final show there. Something about Apple Music introduces AI transparency tags as streaming platforms tackle AI-generated music search. Well, that's good. At least they're alerting people what AI so you can switch it straight off. I don't know why anyone would want to listen to AI music. I mean, that's just insane. I remember hearing a quote by someone saying, you know, they don't mind AI if it gives them more time to do the art, you know, but they don't want AI to come in and do the art, so they've got to work or whatever, you know. And it's true. It's like, yeah, if you're going to use it as a tool, maybe it's okay, you know, if it's a tool to give you more freedom to do your art. But don't let the AI do the art, please, guys. You know, it's just not good. You know, I think there's ways AI helps in editing software and things like that, where it's just like another setting, and it may be linked to AI in some capacity, but it kind of speeds the editing process out. You can do different things, which, you know, I don't see as that big a deal myself. That. And it's not exactly taken over, you know, you still got to do a lot of the editing, but there might be little things where it speeds up the process or whatever. But, you know, if it can be used in a way like that, maybe it's okay, like I say, as a tool, but it's not a tool. It's beginning to take over and, you know, cloning people's voices, and, you know, it's going to be a weird world where even the celebrities who used to just endorse things if they're paid to do it or whatever, now people are just taking their voice and their faces, and they can make them to endorse whatever product or whatever thing they want, you know. And that's quite a scary world. And I guess for the world of celebrity as well, you know, are we even going to need celebrities and actors and musicians in the future? I think we're certainly going to need musicians, because I don't know why anyone would want to pay homage to an AI, and, you know, there's nothing there, you know, there's nothing to admire about it, you know, there's nothing real there. But I can see how actors and stuff could be replaced, and as long as people are entertained enough by the shows or whatever, I don't know if people care if the people are actually real or not. I'd hope they would, but, you know, I don't know what the future's going to hold. If there is a future, you know, the world's looking pretty bleak at the moment, but yeah, I think things will be okay. I hope. Metallica adds more shows to their Sphere residency, now up to a massive 24. They love that Sphere thing, don't they? It's a weird thing with Metallica. They always perform in like a sphere, in that circle thing. I guess that's the venue. But yeah, they always seem to like that. Well, that's their residency, by the things. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Not really any other bands perform on a stage where there's the audience all around them in a circle, you know. Quite a unique thing to do, actually. Unique to Metallica, anyway. Let's see what other metal news. Sabaton reschedule North American Legends on Tour 2026 dates after bassist's injury. Well, it happens. But at least they're rescheduling. The best Type O Negative deep cut from every album. There's a little story you might want to read up on there. Trivium's original frontman Brad Luter reflects on leaving the band way before they got huge. So there you go, a few stories you can look up if you're interested in any of those. I can imagine being Trivium's original frontman. That must be a bit of a kick in the nuts, not you know, being there for the height of their fame. I always feel sorry for Alan Atkins, who left Judas Priest, you know, because he made a choice back in the early days to, you know, kind of support his family. I think he didn't think the band were kind of going to hit it huge, obviously. So he, you know, he went a different way. I think Rob Halford's definitely a big part of their fame. But then Alan Atkins was a great lyricist, and he was a big part in songs like Victim of Changes and Never Satisfied. And Dreamer Deceiver, you know, he had his lyrics and things in on those songs, and he was, you know, he's got a great rock voice. You know, he's a really cool guy. He introduced one of my songs actually once. Can't remember which song it was now. Savior, yeah, Savior. It's a cool little song, a heavy kind of song. I didn't do the best production on it though, that song, but still, I'm glad he introduced it, which was cool. It was a kind of last minute song I did before I came out to Mexico, so it was a bit rushed, but it's still a pretty cool song. But yeah, the production's a bit hit or miss. I kind of did it myself. I think that not the music was done by the wonderful Carmine, who I work with a lot, and yeah, I just recorded the vocals, but I don't think I mixed the vocals that great. Listening to it back now, but still, it's metal, it's raw, it's real, it's whatever, you know. I'm sure people can still enjoy it, and I'm so glad Alan Atkins took the time to introduce it for me, the video and things, and the song, which is very cool. So yeah, really cool about that. I did try and get him on for an interview recently, but he was telling me he has problems with his hearing, which much of us do. You know, who are into music. Even myself, I found myself a little bit more deaf these days than I used to be, because I play a lot of loud music and stuff over the years, and I've always had my earphones up full volume, you know, so yeah, it can take its toll. And he said he only does like written interviews now. He doesn't do kind of like speaking ones, live ones. So I didn't manage to get Alan Atkins on for that reason, but he's a cool guy, and he's a very, very great singer. It's cool to listen to his take on things. Actually, he did an album, I believe, back a while, quite a few years ago now, probably over 10 years at least, could be more. And it featured Dave Holland, the Judas Priest drummer, and I don't know, I think there might be some other guests on there, but I think they played a few early Priest songs, you know, Victim of Changes, things, but kind of in his own way. He played them how they were, you know, but updated version, obviously, but he kind of played the songs how he would play them, which is really cool. Cool to hear kind of his bluesy side, blues rock kind of vibe, and kind of hear a different side to Judas Priest and how they could have sounded, because he had a great voice, you know. He wasn't the same as Rob Halford, but still very, very good, you know. I think maybe Rolf Scheepers may have done some high notes and things on the Victim of Changes. I may be wrong, but yeah, I think he may have got him to sing on it a little bit and different things. So yeah, that's a great album to look out for. See if you can dig that one out. I think it's quite hard to get now, but there's probably a few videos on YouTube and different things where you can hear some of the stuff he did. But yeah, what I was getting to, I always feel sad for these singers who, you know, left before the fame kind of hit, you know. It must be a real, you know, kick in the teeth, because it's but at least they've still got their stamp on it. It's amazing what some of these artists can still do on the back of having a little bit of time with a famous band. You know, like Dave Evans, he was the original AC/DC singer, and he's touring around now, and people are going to see him, but he's not someone who was ever on an album or anything. I think there's a video out there of him performing with AC/DC, kind of on maybe a TV thing or something like that, some kind of performance, but it was way before their big fame, you know, with Bon Scott, and obviously with Bon Scott you had all those legendary albums, so it was even before that, but he's making a good living, you know, still singing and going around, and you know, I think he's a great singer. From what I've heard, I haven't heard that much, but from what I've seen and stuff, people like him a lot. So, you know, amazing what you can do if you just had 5 minutes with a band. You know, you can still kind of make a bit of a career out of it, you know, maybe not to the same level, but you can still kind of, there'll still be fans out there who want to hear you and appreciate you because you were there at the beginning, you know. It's like, I'm a big fan of Bronxky Beat with John Foster, who sang just one album, I believe, Truth Dare, Double Dare. He's a good friend of mine now. I managed to contact him years ago, and we kind of become friendly, and he sang on a few of my songs, Future and Mexico, and he's got a wonderful voice, but he was known for coming after the original Jimmy Somerville, who you'll know for songs like Small Town Boy. When he left the band, John come along, and he did this great song, Hit That Perfect Beat. Hit that perfect beat, boy. Beat. And I love that song, and I love his voice, such a unique voice. And, you know, even though he wasn't kind of the main singer, you know, he did such great stuff with Bronxky Beat. And, you know, that was such a big hit in the 80s. And, you know, still to this day, people love him. People, you know, even though he's living a kind of different life now and doing different kind of musical ventures, you know, it'll always be there, that kind of legacy. And, you know, it's nice. It's a nice thing to have, you know, that a lot of these artists who aren't kind of still in the main band, they can still have a following, have fans who care about what they did, because it was the soundtrack of their youth and different things. And, you know, it's great that people still seek out the originals. I think that's kind of like myself. I've always been a fan of, you know, finding what these people are doing now, and, you know, cool to follow, you know, the people who kind of had a bit of a maybe a part of, you know, the origins of bands, and also part of their legacy. You know, obviously with John Bronx, he came a bit later, but he still left his stamp on the band, you know. So yeah, it's cool to see what they're doing these days. And you know, my interviews with John are out there. I know this is Metal Stream Radio, and this is more of an 80s pop, but yeah, if you want to hear my interview with John Foster, it is out there. And yeah, he's a great guy, a really great guy, and interesting to hear him speak about his career. I love hearing about different people's careers, you know, no matter what the genre. You know, I'm always listening to podcasts and interviews, and Boy George interviews I seem to listen to a lot. I find him quite interesting to listen to, and yeah, I love just to hear people's take on, you know, fame and spirituality. You know, a lot of these people kind of went on a more spiritual path, particularly the ones who didn't get mega famous. Sometimes they you know, kind of realized that it wasn't the big thing. You know, sometimes fame is, sometimes it's better to be a one-hit wonder and, you know, get in and get out, you know, because the industry's pretty known for its you know, bad side as well. And I think some of these one-hit wonders are the ones who did it right, really. They were there for a brief period, and they kind of left their mark, and they didn't get sucked in by the craziness of the music industry, which is pretty good. Probably the best way to be, you know. So yeah, that's my take on that. And yeah, I think that's most of the metal news. There isn't that much more here, which I'm seeing. So yeah, I'll always update you guys on any metal news here on the Metal Stream Radio, so you can be kept up to date. Tune in every week. I'm here 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays every week, and you can tune in and hear what's happening in the metal world. So talking to Twisted Sister on the first hour, and they're continuing to do some shows for their kind of final celebration, the anniversary kind of thing. Obviously Sebastian Bach is filling in for Dee Snider because he can't do it anymore, but I wanted to celebrate the original Twisted Sister, you know, and the great music we love, because I always loved Twisted Sister. I thought they were a great band growing up. I always enjoyed playing I'm Me, and I Wanna Rock, and We're Not Gonna Take It. And I particularly love their videos. You know, they always did great videos with the father figure who was always angry at the heavy metal. He didn't want to hear the heavy metal, which is a great thing. You know, you can see how that worked for them, having that kind of appeal, and kind of actually doing a video to show how many teenagers must have felt in the 80s, and still to this day, where their parents don't like the heavy metal and they don't want to hear you blasting it, and, you know, kind of a great take, you know, a great thing that is obviously going to appeal to people, but they had the music to match it, you know, and yeah, I think it was the soundtrack of many people's youth, you know. So this is Destroyer. Yeah, it's not one of the big hit ones that you may have thought I was going to play, but it's a song that I personally love, and it's quite a heavy one for Twisted Sister, who are a bit glam rock and stuff. This one I thought was a really killer kind of heavy song, and I always loved it. So here's Destroyer by Twisted Sister. go, Destroyer. What an awesome song. And pretty damn heavy. Although, it's funny, hearing stuff in the 80s now, a lot of it doesn't sound as heavy, because I think we're so used to hearing even heavier stuff now. But it's not more metal now, really. It's just more heavy, in my opinion. The stuff like that in the 80s was just true classic heavy metal, you know. But yeah, the riffs and everything, the guitars have certainly got heavier, the heavier down tune and all that kind of stuff. You can hear some of the stuff now and it sounds tame almost in comparison, but then lyrically it's a different story, you know, because it's so heavy, you know. And yeah, I love that stuff. I love Destroyer and many other Twisted Sister songs. There's some really, really cool ones out there, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. And I'm going to play a little bit of KK's Priest now, because it's a great song, and it's one that's got a bit of a reference to the Sentinel of the Defenders of the Faith, Judas Priest album. I'm guessing it's a bit of a reference to that. But this is KK with his band, KK's Priest, and it's a little song called Return of the Sentinel, which is great. I love when KK kind of keeps it a little bit in keeping to Judas Priest, because that's what we all love him for, and I know that's what he wants to be, you know, known as, you know. Of course, he don't want to be just doing something different. He's still a priest. He's still doing that kind of priest sound, and obviously he's got the great Tim Ripper Owens on vocals on this stuff, and this is a great song, and it's got some great guitar playing with KK and AJ Mills, the other guitar player, and yeah, you'll love this one. So this is Return of the Sentinel. And there we have a great song by KK's Priest, Return of the Centennial. Now we got a bit of Marilyn Manson off the Mechanical Animals album. Great album, nice Bowie influence. This is Great Big White World.
In space, the stars on the mirror just glitters like a mug. And I dreamed I was faced with, burned like a moth in a flame, and our world was so fucking I'm not attached to your world. Nothing heals, nothing grows. I'm not attached to your world. Nothing heals, nothing grows. 'Cause it's a great big wide world. We are drained of
Right, there we go. But A Great Big White World off the Mechanical Animals album. My favourite Marilyn Manson album. I think that one's just great. I love the whole vibe of that album. It's very kind of futuristic and stuff, which I love. So yeah, anyway, we're coming to the end of this week's Metal Stream Radio Metal Matt show. But I'm here every week, 6 p.m, Friday and Saturday. Love being here. It's great to be able to play all this great stuff, and we have interviews and different things. I've interviewed lots of rock stars, so some weeks we got interviews with rock stars, which you'll love, and lots more. But for now, I'm going to end it on something a bit obscure. It's not too metal actually, but I think it's a cool way to end the show because it's a great song. It's a psychedelic song by the band Gong. There's a producer you may have heard of called Mike Howlett. He's worked with a lot of bands like Tears for Fears and different stuff, but he was actually the singer on this album, as opposed to the David Allen, who was usually singing for Gong, but they had a period where he was doing solo stuff, and Mike Howlett was the vocalist, and he did a great job, and the music's fantastic, and yeah, it's a good psychedelic rock song, which I think you're all going to love. So yeah, enjoy this one, and I'll see you next week, guys. This is A Wing Full of Eyes by the great Gong.
There is a feeling we all know. Something happened long ago. When you remember who you were, makes you what you are today. You are a kite up on a wind, blowing through eternity, and you were always meant to fly. You are a wing full of eyes, and you rise, and you're floating in ecstasy. And you rise, and your eyes are open wide. You be dancing through the seven skies. Arise, arise, your wise, your eyes. is the pussy in the well? Must have been a cat that fell. Where can we find our heart's desire? Living in the fire. There was a lion in a glen who met a unicorn. Now you are always